Are you wondering what God has waiting for you to do or to be? Do you want to discover how your gifts, experiences, and hopes meet the needs of the world as we walk with God? For some, it will be a specific calling to ministry. To others, it could mean serving God through faithful discipleship in everyday life. God has a plan and purpose for each one of us. And as the Diocesan Director of Ordinands and Vocations, or the Church Careers Advisor for Lincoln Diocese, as my son describes it, my job is to help every Christian in the diocese find what God is calling them to do or be. In other words, to find their vocation. Each of us is called to serve God, but we don't always respond to that call without wrestling with God or talking to others. This series of videos, launched on Vocations Sunday, is a great opportunity for you to hear the stories of others, ordained and lay, and their journey. Is God nudging you? Do you have an inner sense of call? God wanting you to do more in your local church? Perhaps the words of the hymn writer Francis Ridley Havergal could become your prayerful response to the real life stories you listen to hear of God's call to others. Take my life and let it be consecrated, Lord, to thee. Take my moments and my days, let them flow in ceaseless praise. Well, today I have 3 people with me who are training to be ordained as a priest in the Church of England. Each of them have their individual story, which you can hear more about on this website. But before that, I asked them, each of them, the same question. It's this: what biblical character do you relate to most in your call? And I'm going to ask Ross, who is going to introduce himself and tell you who his character is and why.
Hello, I'm Ross. I'm, God willing, going to serve my curacy in the city of Lincoln from the summer. I chose as my biblical figure St. Joseph. I chose St. Joseph predominantly because actually the way he responds to his vocation or call when he listens to the command of the angel, both to keep Mary as his wife and to then hold guardianship over our Lord in society is one that in the journey he listens, stops, and then puts what is asked of him into action, and that's not always easy. That hasn't always been easy, but it is something which was really important to me, that once I felt my calling, that I had to follow it through. And so yeah, that's why I picked St. Joseph as my biblical figure.
Thank you. And what about you, Helen?
Hi, I'm Helen, and hopefully from summer 2 I shall be serving my curacy as a non-stipendiary in the parish of Billinghay.
Can you explain what a non-stipendiary means?
Yes, non-stipendiary. I shall carry on working within my career that I have now, and then any free time that I have, I shall be serving within the parish. So I work part-time, so hopefully it'll be half and half.
Okay, thank you.
So my character is Peter. I am quite an excitable person, just like Peter. I sometimes put my foot in things because I don't stop to think, although I am learning greatly through my studying. And I think Peter was very much like this. He was a fisherman, uneducated, and through his journey with Jesus, he learnt more. Although he was still an excitable character, I think he learned to put that to one side and think a little bit more before his action. He was quite afraid of his ministry, I think, as he started, although being excited. But as his ministry went on, he was quite a courageous person and followed Jesus very intently. So I think that is who I most adhere to, really.
Okay, thank you. And finally, Becky.
Hello, I'm Rebecca and I'm studying at St Hilda College. I'm at the end of my first year, so I'm not due to be ordained for another year. And I found this question really tricky because there were different characters at different points in my trying to figure out what being called looked like. But now I probably identify most strongly with the Apostle John. As a disciple, he was very much changed by being loved by Jesus. He refers to himself in his writing as being the disciple Jesus loved, and that changed his nature. It really rubbed off his rough edges. And as he went on, later through the Bible, we can read some of his other writings, he taught others about the things Jesus had taught him. And even our history books now tell stories of how in his old age he was wheeled out to continue to preach. And his key message was, little children, love one another. And I identify with this calling to teach people all the things that I've been taught and to help them identify with the way of love.
Great, thank you. Well, that's been very interesting hearing your characters. And if there's anybody who is watching this video who feels that God may be nudging you, then please do get in touch with me at sonia.barron@lincoln.anglican.org or give me a call on 01522 504029. Thank you very much, Ross. Thank you, Helen, and thank you, Becky. And you will hear more from them later, so do look out on the website for their story. Thank you.